This video is only one part of an in-depth review, so check out the rest at thegoodride.com. Thanks for watching. This is the Tahoe Labs Directional. We rode this with Union Strata, Union Atlas, Adidas Tactical ADV, Adidas Tactical Lexicon ADV, and Adidas Xera. We had this in some great conditions. Everything from 4 inches of wind affected, kind of rough powder, to kind of some hard patches with some chicken heads here and there.
Perfect groomers.
Little ice boils.
Yeah. To icy groomers.
To everything fun.
Yeah.
To give you a short summary, this is a very old school, traditional, free ride, bordering on all mountain kind of tapered directional board. Semi-traditional sizing and shape, as you can see from this right here. To get into sizing, this is pretty wide. What is this, over 26?
It's 25.9, it's pretty much 26.
Yeah, 26. And it actually felt wider than the 56 Directional Twin. That's probably just because it's a 63. It felt a little big for me, but I liked this bigger size. I don't feel it's a perfect fit, but I think it's more of a 10 to 11.
Yeah, I felt it was perfect for what it was trying to do, which was more directional, bomby type of board. So I thought this size was absolutely perfect for the type of riding I like to do.
Yes. So camber profile, it got that nice hybrid camber. So it doesn't quite have that catchiness, but it's bordering on being semi-locked in. And it just tracks really well. It has this really consistent feel in all conditions that's just predictable and fun. Really good feel underfoot. And it's more strong intermediate to advanced to expert, as opposed to somebody thinking about getting something mellow. And if you like a mellower ride, you want to get crazy sometimes and mellow others, this doesn't have that like horribly unforgiving nature. So when it's time to dial back your riding,
as far as
it's not gonna bite you.
It's pretty forgiving on that.
Yeah,
on that spectrum.
And speaking of flex, it's pretty stiff between the feet, but yet the tip and tail just have this give that I don't know what's going on there, but for a 9 out of 10 on their flex rating, this doesn't feel like that on snow. It butters really well.
It does.
Really easy. It's got good pop. I mean, you can see it's just a full carbon fiber top sheet, and it just really pops and ollies well. Very fun, lively, but not too lively to where it's chattery kind of feel. Speaking of speed, this was one board you really liked to point.
Loved pointing this board. I loved just getting, just going down the perfect groomers as far as like a, just absolutely felt completely locked in, going straight lining, hitting 60 plus miles an hour with no chatter, no feedback, and no twitchiness whatsoever. And if I did twitch out a little, forgave me for being a kook, you know. Which not every board does that.
Yeah, I could hammer over uneven terrain on this and really have like an easy time. It was shielding the what's happening underfoot from your joints, which is essential for us
while still not making it feel dead underfoot by any means.
Yeah.
Like the Tahoe Labs, they are, maybe they're like understanding that kind of like Sierra Cement style, you know, thing.
Yeah.
But they have really
those hard, icy, uneven groomer, like not icy, but hard snowman uneven groomers with those micro bumps.
Yeah. Yeah.
They get it.
They get it. They get it. It's like, to me, it's the perfect dampness.
It's a crazy balance between being lively and damp.
And not
it's
feeling
so cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Below this carbon fiber, they've got to have some crazy dampening going on, so it doesn't feel like crazy like that. I don't know, but it's cool. The base, great glide.
Yeah, it's great glide. Goes
really
fast.
kept its speed well, and thanks for waxing it. Thank you very little for not scraping it. But hey,
listen,
we can't have it all, right? Hey.
It's not like you even scraped it. You made us scrape it.
It was hard for me to make them scrape it. It hurt my wrists just watching them. But edge hold, it was really
competent.
Yeah, looks like no disruption in the side cut. If it is, it's very minimal. Don't know exactly what it is, but all we know is it held a good edge. It's just a step behind those disrupted side cuts that have those mellow disruptions. I like the Jones Mellow Mag kind of stuff. I like the Stratos and stuff like that. But it felt a little better than the Super Bueno, the Burton edge hold.
Significantly better than the Stratos to me.
Well, I think we have a disagreement there, but that's for the Stratos. But basically in bumpy, uneven snow, the Stratos couldn't keep its edge because it would buck out.
Yeah.
This would hold its edge, but just on smooth, hard snow, I think the Stratos held better than this, gripped in better. But we agree to disagree there.
Yeah.
Turn initiation, yeah, a little slow edge to edge. Doesn't really...
I mean, it's like a big, kind of wide board.
Takes a little bit to get that side cut set and to get it going.
Yeah.
But once you get it going, man, this is such a stable. If you like higher speed carves, if you like big, wider radius turns or long, drawn out, speedy S turns, there you go. Powder. Here's what's interesting. The Tahoe Labs Directional Twin has way more directional float than this thing, because this is a big board with a wider stance. So if you want to set it all the way back, you have to go to 23.75 inches wide, which is huge. I mean, that you and I would be freeing our taints and we wouldn't be walking right for like 2 days going that wide. And you can only, at 23.75 inches set all the way back, you can only get 2 3/4 back on board versus 4.5 with the Directional Twin. Or, you know, these others have more set back on board than this. So this ride's really centered for being tapered directional. It's kind of more on the good side of all mountain, but kind of on that lesser side of free ride in terms of directional float. But you've got some taper. You got 5 mil of taper.
You got early rise.
You got some early rise in the nose and tail. So it's gonna float pretty well. It's just not gonna blow your mind. You know, riding switch, I was pretty impressed at how doable it was, especially coming off the Directional Twin that was centered on side cut and a Directional Twin between the feet. The tip and tail are different, but this felt really good, very doable. I could hit some kickers with this in the park, and I did, surprisingly enough. I think it's
more
a
of a
great...
kick you than a kicker.
Yeah. It really kicked my ass. All in all, I think this is a very great board, especially for those who like that old school all mountain to free ride kind of feel, that want to point it and bomb and really get aggressive, but don't want something that's going to bite you if you fuck up when you're doing so.
Yeah, and for just like how kind of big and burly this board was, I had an absolute blast, and it was so far one of my favorite boards that I've tried this year as well.
So thanks, Tahoe Labs. That was a fun experience.
That was an incredible board. Here we are pitching another board from Tahoe Labs to you from the Good Ride. And we want you to tell at least 3 other people about this board. And then if they tell 3 people, and if those 3 people each tell 3 people,
we're laying this pitch in soft. We hope you catch it and pass it on to somebody else.
it's called the pyramid scheme. We're at the top.
All our reviews are a best effort, objective opinion from an average rider's perspective. There's no brand oversight, and we're free to say whatever we want. We send back everything unless it's a favorite, then we ask to keep those or straight up buy them. Now, if you need advice, fill out the Me Harmony profile in the Contact Us section of the site. It's the only way I can help you properly. If you want to support us, and if what we reviewed appeals to you, it helps if you buy through our links. So, thanks for watching.